Welcome to one of the many circle sessions hosted by Wonder Girls. Wonder Girls is a nationwide classrooms movement. We bring relatable female role models into classroom settings through our circle sessions. As you will see, the crux of these sessions is its dialogic nature. We're currently working with 150 plus classrooms across 7 Indian cities. Our aim is for every adolescent in India to have access to relatable female role models. I welcome you once again and hope you enjoy learning from our speakers' life journey and career path.
Anisha Didi, we both teach in RSKV, Rashtriya Sarvodaya Kanya Vidyalaya. I teach in West Vinod Nagar and Anisha Didi teaches in Mandavli. So we have kids from both the classes, both the schools. And on that note, today we have our first Wonder Girls session. And for that, we have Neha Didi with us, who is an interior designer. And she will be talking about her journey, her work, and her inspiration. And she will be fooling all of us with lots of motivation. And you can ask whatever questions you have in your mind. But please, I will request everyone to mute yourself. And you just raise your hands whenever you want to ask questions. And I will just call you up, and rest of you, please keep on writing your question on the chat box so that we can pick that up. And even if we don't get time to ask in the present session, we can send the questions to Neha Didi. First Wonder Girl session. We are so excited to be here. Before we begin, before we ask any questions, just tell everyone about you, your journey, and why you do what you do.
Hi everyone. Firstly, I'm seeing a lot of smiling faces, which is very nice. So I have been practicing interior design from, I don't know from how many years. Like I was very sure that I wanted to do interior designing when I was in school itself. Like somehow I've been lucky that way that I knew that I wanted to do interior design. And ever since then, I've been practicing and I've done 80 projects now. And I live in Bombay and I do all kinds of interiors, whatever you can think, to decorate anything from homes, offices, boutiques, restaurants, cafes, all of it. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Neha. Now we can begin taking questions. Please raise your hands, whoever wants to ask any question. And and you can come off mute and ask. Okay, I can see Sejal. Sejal, please come off mute and ask your question from Neha Didi.
Okay, Didi. Hello, Didi. Didi, my question to you is that why did you choose this profession?
Okay, so somehow I don't know why I always thought I wanted to do interior designing. Like I was in 8th standard and I knew. I don't know how somehow. So later when I think about it, my dad used to do a lot of interior designing for his family, just for fun. It was his passion. So he used to make our house every few years. So I was maybe watching him, and maybe that's how I decided I wanted to be an interior designer.
So Neha Didi, learning, and that's why she has been in this journey for like a very long time, like maybe from the time she was of your age. Okay, moving to the next question, Subhashni.
So I want to ask Neha Didi a question, which is when you design any person's home, so the budget is fixed and you need to buy things whose price would fit in that fixed budget, and the customer has some specific demands too, and you need to fulfill their demands according to the budget. So in the condition that you used to do you have a specific kind of strategy, or in that condition, how do you solve that? If you have any strategies, so please share them with me. I want to know how you handle those conditions.
Okay. Firstly, you need to know your materials very well. Like you need to know, for example, veneer costs this much, then mica costs this much. If you know your job very well, how much is the cost of each item, then you can give the client the recommendation accordingly. And you get like clients with various budgets, right? Everyone doesn't have like no one is going to tell you just go design my house, take how much ever money you want. Everyone has a budget. If it's a big budget or a small budget, everyone has a budget. So the problem is, if it's a big budget also, you need to know materials to give them that type of things. So first is your study has to be very strong of what's available in the market. So how I used to do it when I was starting out, I have never missed an exhibit. Still, like today, like this weekend, we have an ACE exhibit, which happens every year. So every year I make sure I go so that, I have more knowledge. So I would say it just boils down to your knowledge. Once you have the knowledge, then you can easily handle this.
I hope, Subhashini, you got your answer. I can see Lakshmi raising her hand. Yes, Lakshmi.
My question to you is that which course in India we can study to become an interior designer?
Okay, so now see, there are many courses. Mostly all courses are diploma courses, so you don't get a degree. And firstly, as I told you, I wanted to do interior designing since school. So I went after 10th standard to them. They said, no, you have to study till 12th, and then you can take up a diploma course, which is either 2 years or 3 years or even 4 years. There is only a few degree courses, very few. Now I think there are more coming up. So degree courses are 4 years, but otherwise it's a 2-3 year course. And you can study the colleges. I think now Ahmedabad has a lot of good colleges. Earlier Bombay used to have. Now Ahmedabad has good colleges. So yeah.
Neha Didi, can you also tell us that because we all are from Delhi, so do we have any good colleges, like if we want to pursue interior designing? So can we have, like, do we have any college? Delhi, yeah.
Delhi, I'll have to find out. I'm not sure about Delhi. I'll have to find out. But there should be good diploma courses in Delhi as well. I'll find out.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Waiting for others. Please raise your hands if you have any questions from Neha Didi. Till the time you all think, I also have one more question from Neha Didi. So usually kids are really confused that what kind of skill do you need to be an interior designer. For example, a lot of them were asking me that they are very interested in craft and art. So is that something which is really going to help them? Or if they have those skills,
So, I was always artistic. I used to do this and that. Every day I used to keep doing something or the other related to art. So I thought, chalo, art say interiors is related. But now I would say art is a small part. Art is obviously important. You need to have color sense, aesthetic sense. But now you'll have to prepare yourself, because anything that you do is business related. You have to know how to talk to people. So design is art and design is very small part, 10%. 90% is how you're going to get your client, how are you going to finish the job, how you have to shout at the contractors, which is more than art. So art can be a starting point if you're related artistically, if you like anything to do with aesthetics, but then there's much more.
all right. So maybe you need to do more than just art. And I think it's one of the skill which is going to help you definitely, but not the only skill that you need.
Okay, one point I like to add. Back then when I studied, so there are these intermediate and elementary and intermediate drawing degrees. So that gave me an extra point. So if you do art, the college awards you with extra point in the test of the college. So yeah, so that might help.
All right. Thank you so much. Gia, yes, you can go ahead with your question.
Didi, my name is Gia. Hello. My question is, what are your future goals?
Okay. So now, the way the pandemic has been, and it's been a bit crazy. So actually, my future goals are not too many. I'm just living. This is the best life that I'm living. I have enough work. I don't want to stress too much. Like I think we have realized this year that it's very important to have a family balance also. Work is not everything. So my future goals is to continue the way I'm going. I this year I have got the best clients. I have prayed for such clients, who listen to me, and like exactly the way I want the clients are. So my future is that I want such clients to continue and have a work life balance, like like I always like a small office with few people who I know very well. I never want a large company. I like to know my team. I like to collaborate with other designers, which I do a lot. So my future will also be a lot of collaboration with other designers. Yeah.
I think that was really a good question, because usually we think that someone has achieved something, तो अब कोई goal नहीं होगा. But yeah, everyone is like looking for more. On that note, I just wanted to ask that how did you get your first project? And how do you get projects, or how do you get connected with your clients? How do you reach out to them, or they reach out to you?
So my first project was, actually you will have to start around, because interiors is an expensive affair. So my first project was for my school friend's mother, like a small kitchen, only the kitchen. So we have to start, and I barely got paid, maybe 5,000 rupees for my first project. So don't think about money. Just see your passion and just go for it. Like I never, she just told me I'll give you 5,000. I'm like, okay, don't think about money and just start with someone around. Everyone should know that you are interested in interiors. People will also come to you. Just spread it around. If you are, whatever you're doing, everyone should know that this person is good at this. Then they'll come to you. That way. That's how you start.
Okay. I think you have to start from somewhere. So I think that is a great learning, which I'm hearing from Neha Didi. Please, kids, if you want to ask anything, raise your hands. I'm waiting for more and more questions, because I have a lot of questions already. But it will be great if you speak them. But I mean, in the meanwhile, kids are asking, Neha, just you said right now that it's a very expensive affair. Is it like there's a myth around interior designing that it's usually for people who are rich, or people who are coming from underprivileged background? It's very difficult for them to start a career in something like interior designing. So what do you think about that, and how do you want to burst that myth, especially for our girls?
So see, I don't think it's related to the income which you come from. Like I have started from scratch, and I don't come from a very well-to-do family. Like I've built it by myself. I've earned it by myself, and I've been earning for myself since I was 21. And I have not taken a single penny from my parents since I was 21. So I would say wherever you're passionate about, you will make money. Don't think about where you're coming from. Whatever you love doing, just pick it up. You will earn a living out of it, is what I would say. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor. Just show your talent. Like for example, I said that I got my first site from a friend. But if you don't have someone from, even a friend from that class, show your talent with a 3D. Many people just make a 3D. Just imagine how the house will look and show it to your client. I'm sure, it need not even be a real site. You have to just show your talent and you'll get it.
Yeah, I mean, that was very important, because a lot of kids are really apprehensive because of the same fact. Yes, Gia, I can see you are again raising your hand. Do you have another question?
Yes, Didi. Like my question was, is what were your age when you get your first project, and how was your feeling?
So I have the same feeling with every project. I'm so excited. I can't think about anything else. Like sometimes I can't even sleep. I just want to design. So first project was similar, although first project was a little more scary because I didn't know much about materials and what will I do. And I used to make like 10 options because even I was unsure. And maybe I did my first project. Then actually the kitchen was my second project. The first project I did for my family, just helped them when I was studying. I was in first year interior designing, and I just helped them do one room. Yeah, and it's still there after 20 years. So, yeah.
I think that was really interesting. Yeah, I think Anisha Didi has a question.
Yeah, so hi Neha. So recently in class, we were discussing about how there is biasness among the male and the female, and generally it happens at workplace as well. So, are there any challenges in particular that you were facing in this field? Like any particular challenges as a woman?
There are too many challenges, but you don't have to get affected. You have to keep going. Be very strong. You have to keep going. So I left my first job because I had a stalker. Like there was this guy. So I was a very friendly person always. So, there are these peons, contractors. So I would travel with them in the same rickshaw if we had to go to site and all. But then it got to a level where he was, sending me messages at night, like a stalker behavior. And it was not a good environment for me to work at. And my first boss was a lady boss, and even she couldn't do anything about it. So then I had to leave my job because of this behavior. So what I would be like say is like maintain some boundaries with men in certain fields, but after, and also you have to dress very conservatively still. You don't like I dress only in like shirts and covered clothes, because this is how we have to still get from there, from here to there. So till then you have to keep yourself safe. You have to dress very appropriately on site. Also, you have to be very strong. Many men won't listen to you in this field. They are not used to getting instructions from a girl. They, and girls are very sweet to talk to. We all have very sweet voices. So sometimes they don't take you seriously, but you have to prove your point, and there will be a day where they'll listen to you.
Yeah, I think that is something very crucial in every field. But yeah, I know my girls are very strong, and they will keep going no matter what. Yes, I think I saw Manini raising her hand. Yes, Manini.
Good evening, Didi. The question that I have is that being an interior designer, what is the biggest challenge that you've ever faced, except for this gender biasness?
So you meet good people and bad people, and I have met a couple of bad people. So it so happened that I had given work to the contractor, to one contractor. Usually, I have different contractors, carpenter, electrician, are all under me. But this specific site, I had given it to one contractor, and I had paid him money, and he was not doing the work, and he was putting all inferior material, and he was talking very badly. So I had to actually, kind of set like outside court settlement type of thing. Like I had to prove it, and all that. Like I had to take the legal course with him because he was not, listening. He was not following the contract basically. So there are always people who will try to bluff you. So then it gets tricky. And I would say is that all the girls here, whatever your heart says is right. Like for example, that stalker, or sometimes some client is calling you at some shady location. Like once I'd reached at a very shady location. Like he had called me at his home in the evening. And it was very like I was feeling uncomfortable. Nothing happened, but I was uncomfortable. So wherever you're feeling uncomfortable, just go by your gut. And with this contractor also, I was uncomfortable for day one, but I was like, chalo, I'll manage it. But it's not true. Whenever you're feeling something is wrong, it is wrong. Follow that.
Thank you so much, Neha. I think that's great.
Kavita, we are not able to hear you.
Now?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Okay. So I will repeat again. I think, Neha, that was a great life lesson to tell people to follow your gut. And I think you can be great, successful, but it's important to be safe as well. Let's go to Sejal now. She has been raising her hand for a long time.
Okay, Dee, so my next question is that when you got to know about your first project, so how were you feeling and what were your ideas and plan towards your project?
For the first project?
Yes.
First project, actually, I have a very poor memory. I don't remember much about the first project. And it's something which I am not proud of now. So, as years go by, you will become bigger, better, right? We are all working on ourselves. So now my first project, when I see it, I'm like, no. this is not what I want to design, So you have to continue growing, So I'm more interested in what I'm doing now, that excites me more.
Just to like tell this again, what were your age when you were doing your first project?
Must be 16.
Wow. I mean, I don't know why you shouldn't be proud when you're doing a project at the age of 16. That's really motivating. Moving to Bhavna. Bhavna, ask your question. Bhavna, can you hear me? Okay, I think there might be some network issue. We can move to Payal.
Didi, like there are so many difficulties in every job. So Didi, I'm asking, like, any time in your past you think that I had to give up now?
Yeah, quite a lot of times. So see, every few years you will be like, shit, I don't want to do this. I want to give up. Or your mom will be like, you're so tired, beta, forget it, just get married, or just relax. It's okay. But how passionate are you will keep you going. Like now, I don't think I'll give up. Wo mera time chala gaya where I used to keep giving up. Like, one bad thing happens and then you want to give up. So like this contractor was troubling me, then the stalker was troubling me, then some site where something wrong happens, you've done something wrong, again you'll be like, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I should reconsider. But this is a part of the journey. You will always make mistakes. I still do make mistakes, like, you will always continue making new mistakes. So you will always feel like giving up, but the main thing is you don't have to give up, if it's something which you have to do. And especially sometimes you will give up yourself, you will be negative talk. Firstly, I have decided I won't tell myself I can't do it. If someone else wants to say they can, I won't tell myself I'm not good enough. You don't tell yourself. If someone else is saying is okay, but you never do negative talk. I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not this enough, that enough. No negative talk. Then you will get there. And there are always some lows. There'll be some days where you will be like, no, low, low, low. Wait for the high. It will come. Automatically, the day changes. It will come.
Yeah. I mean, that's again a great life lesson. Just not related to interior designing, but whichever field you are working in. Like, don't give up and don't doubt yourself. All right. I can see Gia raising her hand again. She has lots of questions.
दीदी, I have two questions. Like my first question is like, आपके कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि आपको like contract मिले and उसके बाद उन्होंने मना कर दिया कि नहीं, ये नहीं देना मुझे आपको?
हाँ.
आपके साथ कभी ऐसा हुआ है? And how do you feel?
So पहले ना, when I was starting out, you have to go by the client. कि client जो बोल रहा है, I wouldn't even take an advance. I would give free made design, everything. So once it happened, they said मुझे नहीं चाहिए, या मुझे expensive लग रहा है, या मुझे नहीं बनाने का, या आपका design बकवास है. Someone will tell you also, आपका design बकवास है. There are some people who will talk like that also to you, but you have to believe in yourself. And I always believe जो right person है will come to you. Suppose आपको कोई कुछ बोल रहा है, you're not good and all, they are not your right client. You will find a better client. You have to not take bad behavior at all. अगर कोई आपसे ऐसी बात करे, आप बकवास हो या मुझे आपको पैसा नहीं देना, that is not the right client. You will get someone else.
Okay, so my second question is, what are the main things you need to see in project? Like you go somewhere, so what are the things you have to see?
So what we do now, the first step, just to make you understand, sometimes you don't know what goes into making a project. So first, we analyze the site. How are the windows? How big is the space? What is on the floor? We analyze full measurements. Then you have to understand the client. You have to listen to the client very well, because sometimes they don't even know what they want. They can't express. So second is to understand what is the client saying, what kind of a space they want. And then you have to make both together, what the site has and what the client wants, like that. You have to bring it together then. which comes slowly, slowly.
Okay. Let time Gia wait. We are moving to next people. They should also get chance to ask questions. Okay, Lakshmi, please ask your question. We cannot hear you, Lakshmi. It's a lot of like voice is breaking. Please try to join again. Meanwhile, Aditi Kandpal, please ask your question.
Yes, Vivi. So my question is, how you get idea to design a particular room, or how you choose furniture or decoration material to set up that room, and in case when customer is not satisfied or happy, then in that situation, what you do?
Okay, so see, first you have to understand the client very well. और client के पास हमेशा कुछ ideas होते हैं how they want it. You have to just tap it. वो थोड़े time के बाद आता है. What colors are they looking at? You look at the house which they are living in. You know, you have to really understand, listen to them. And you should, I don't have a style. Like if someone would ask me to make my house, I'll make it full white. Like I don't like colors or anything. But if a client is asking me for color, I can't put him in a white house. So you have to understand what is the client saying, what materials. You have to study. Suppose they have small kids, then you will give material which doesn't get spoiled easily. You will give paint which is washable. You know, otherwise kids will spoil it in one day only. So you have to understand what is the lifestyle. Suppose it's old parents, you will give styles which are not skidding. So you have to understand their lifestyle. Where do they eat? Do they like to eat on a dining? It's not necessary ना सबको dining table हो. सबको सबकी जगह भी इतनी बड़ी नहीं होती है. So you have to understand kaise, do they want low sitting, high sitting? You have to listen to them very carefully. Ask questions. What I did in lockdown now, can you all hear me clearly?
Yes.
So in lockdown, I had a lot of time. So I made a full questionnaire for the client, 10 pages. You know, what bed they want, what height, because everyone has certain notions about their dream house. And when you build a house now, it's everyone's dream, you know, so you have to make it come true. So it's more responsibility. So you can ask the right questions, you know, in detail, talk to them in detail.
Just adding to the question which Aditi asked, what if they're still not happy? So you have given them the whole thing and then they're still not satisfied. So how do you take that ahead from there?
Okay, so some clients now don't even know what they want. They'll just be unhappy without a reason. So you need to know if it's the right solution or no. Sometimes you have to talk to them that what do you want exactly? If you're not happy, why are you not happy? Or sometimes you have to even sell your design because you know it is right. So it's mixed. It really depends. Sometimes you have to convince them that no, this is right. Sometimes confidence works. Maybe they are not confident. That's why they are not happy. You have to show them, no, make it. This will work. So sometimes it's confidence. Sometimes you have to give more options. Maybe you're not understanding them well. You know, sometimes you have to probe it further. So I would say just make your intuition very strong. Look in the client's eye, understand them, see around, and then you will always get it right. Within few attempts, you will get it right.
So confidence is the key. You need to be confident with your work and whatever you are giving back. Subhashini, ask your question.
I want to ask that how would you describe your designing style?
Okay, so I don't have any designing style, but what I'm trying to do is I find it very interesting. I try to tap everyone's character. So every 6 months I come across different people and, you know, then I tap their character. So no one can tell that this is my work. Like every year I must be doing 2-3 houses, all look different because I tap the person's character. But there's an aesthetic sense. My main job is to bring that aesthetic sense, and I love lights. So in my site, I use lights in different ways. So like I love using lights everywhere possible. So that is one thing which I use, but I'm yet to develop, like, I don't have just one style as yet, but it has to be like highly aesthetic.
So aesthetics and lightings are something which Neha Didi really likes, and you can see in her work. Shruti has one question. She wants to ask that how can we decorate our own home? Like if we want to do it on ourselves, like can you give them some tips?
So, actually this for me, it began at a very young age. I used to keep decorating my home in small ways, sometimes with those paper things. I had a bulletin board in my room. So now I've never spoken about this in so many years. It just clicked me. Suppose it would be Christmas, I would decorate my entire bulletin board with Christmas. So it started very young. So see, decoration needn't be expensive. I used to do only paperwork, Diwali ka something, Christmas ka something. So, just think about what is pretty to you. What do you really like around you? Prettiness. You can even pick up some flowers, plants, get it in your house, make some DIY pot, put it in, try to add more aesthetic in your life, small, small ways. Like now I've become so obsessive, like whatever coffee also, if I drink, I want like a good aesthetic thing, like surround yourself with creative stuff, and it needn't be expensive. You know, get something of, you can make some artwork, study a little on the internet how you can do some DIY thing. So, yeah, I used to make candles. I used to love nail art. I used to do so many things, and then that used to be like part of my decor till you can really do the real thing. The real thing is expensive affair, but these decor things you can manage. Paper flowers, you can do a lot. Net flowers.
Yeah, again, coming back to a lot of art and craft is going to help you in long way. Neha, some of the kids are really requesting you to share some designs with us, if it's possible.
My
Also,
work.
yeah. Also, please tell us what are you currently working on, and yeah, some artifacts from there.
Okay, first I'll just try to show you some of my work. So I'm currently working on 3-4 different types of projects. I'm doing a lot of homes. Sorry, give me a second.
Sure. In the meanwhile, whoever has more questions, please keep on writing on the chat box. We are looking at every question, and we will try to ask every questions. Neha Didi. Mahi has a question ki Didi, did you design your own home? I think Didi has already answered a lot of times that she began with designing her own home, and that was a beginning.
I did, and I also designed my home just a year ago. Also, like I had to do some part of my home. So yeah, now I only design my home. Not this one. I'm not actually at my home right now.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So this is the most colorful home I've done. The client wanted, can you all see?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
So
Yes,
the client,
Yes, Dee.
huh? Can you hear me?
Yes, Dee.
Okay. So the client wanted a colorful home, which didn't come easy to me. So if you can see these, colorful updates, they wanted all chairs in different colors. They were in a corporate work job, so they wanted everything colorful because their corporate life was very dull. So they wanted to come home to color. So you see the pattern on the floor that is like a wooden flooring with chevron. Then they have this very big bookcase around the TV. Then they have no ceiling. They didn't like ceiling at all. So you see all lights are in the open piping that way. I'll show you. Then every room had a different decor. So this is the library. They used to read a lot of books. So again, they told me that they love reading books, and this is all their collection, you know. So we made like a small study with a library and an armchair, you know. This was totally what they wanted. Now this, the client's wife was a teacher in Delhi, actually, teaches Mexican. So she has been to Mexican several times. So she wanted little Mexican touch in her room. So you can see a lot of color and those prints. Then all these hand painted things on the side table. Then even the lights, if you see. So yeah, I'll just show you. So this is another room. The husband wanted a very pastel room. So this is the pastel retro room. So all their rooms were very different. And this is the third room. This was like Costa Brava was the theme, like a holiday island jaisa. So you know we have this cane light. Again, you see the light effect on the walls. Very basic white, very basic budgeted house this was, but you know this is the feel they wanted. I'll just show you a few more projects. So this is like someone's home terrace. So they wanted like a beautiful terrace. So what we did is we made it very simple here, but we played a little. Ye Chor Bazaar ka window we bought, painted it, made an artwork around it. So this is all what we discussed with
तो
the
डिजाइन करती है, बनाती थोड़ा ना है, तो सिर्फ डिजाइन्स करती है.
Yeah, I'll continue. So yeah, so this is what we did for them. Then see, every site has its own challenges. Like there's this pipe running, you can see the gas pipe running. So we had to make the design around it. You know, you can't cover the gas line and anything. So everything is around it. Then again at night, the mood changes. It's all yellow light, candles, yellow light. I'll just skip a few. Then the client, for example, wanted to have these rules for the family. So he told me, Neha, can we get it painted? So this is all hand painted, you know, family rules, you know, all of this. So again, every client will tell you that they play the piano or they have some sports. So you try to make space for that. Like we put this wallpaper behind the piano, you know, like that. So yeah, there's lots. I'll just show you one to one. I'll just show you some commercial. So now this is a boutique of a fashion designer who was from Ahmedabad. So when I spoke with her, she had recently moved to Bombay. So she had a lot of things from her old, like her old memories from Ahmedabad. So, you know, so we made this for this wall, you can see. This is all from Ahmedabad, this local artwork. We got these lights, we got this old school effect, you know, this was like a space where, you know, if you're trying out the outfit, your family can sit over here while you change, you know, that kind of place. Then you mixed all different types of lights. And her outfits were very colorful. So we kept the space very simple. And you can see these gold hangings. I'll just show you. You can see these gold hangings. This was all from Ahmedabad. So she wanted a lot from Ahmedabad. So that's how we did this for her. Kavita, I'll go on or?
No, I think we all are really enjoying it. So we just want to like see more and more of your work. But
I'll just show you one, two, then. Yeah. So this was actually a very, again, people have made me do a lot of colorful work. So again, this was a big cafe for a corporate office. Again, they wanted very colorful feel. So we have used the primary colors red, yellow, blue. Then if you see this flooring here, so I made this myself. Like it is a mix of, I think 32 different types of tiles, and we made it in such a way so that the stars are formed. So it's like small stars, then big, then like that. So this entire is what it was, like a handmade tile which takes 3 months to make. And we had made these all stars, on the floor. And if you see, all the furniture is different. So here the chair is dipped on the top. It's dipped with red color on the top and base. Then there are different types of chairs I'll show you. So we made it very quirky. Like we made 7, 8 different types of chairs. Then we did this Mumbai ka artwork, like Mumbai ka chai, dabba wala, dharavi, like that. We added a lot of. This is customized. This is Mumbai ka map with Mondrian. There's an artist, Mondrian artist, and Mumbai ka map we mixed in this. So yeah, see now these chairs are all different. This is yellow dipped here, red here. So we made it very interesting that way. Again, you'll see hexagon tiles, then the star wala tiles. So yeah, this is some fun place. I'll just show you my latest project and then we can get back to the questions. Okay, so this I'll just show you. Again, this name of the place was very funny. It's called the Rajnikant Dosa. So we got an artist involved with Rajnikant in a Superman suit and flying with a dosa. So yeah, so you have to add some art. When people come, they click selfies against this. So it increases. Also, you have to think about the client's business. It should increase their business. If the interiors is good, the business increases. Or if it's a good office, the workers want to be there more, right? They want to work more. So now on that note, I'll show you this last office where half the office was allocated to chilling. Half for working, half for chilling. So this is a very large office. So you see, this is the main cabin. This is the boss's cabin. So they believed in having very chilled out. There's no table, nothing. If you come there, you just sit on a chair like that. So I'll just show you this. Then again, they believed in everyone being on one level. So the meeting room is like a Japanese meeting room. Everyone has to sit on the floor and meet. Like that was their rule. Whether you're whoever you are. So yeah, so this was like a very interesting office. Then if you see, half of it, this side was all for leisure. They had TV, they had a pool table, mini golf, sorry, not mini golf, what is that game? And half is for work. And everyone sat on one table to work. Everyone, no hierarchy. You see this big table, it's a 21-foot long table. Everyone would work on one table, even the boss. So it was a very good experience to do this. So yeah, and I'll just show you my last project. I think it's not here. We'll end it.
I think it's gorgeous. I mean, I was reading on the chat box how the kids were reacting, and one of them said that every room is so different, and the themes are different, and the detailing. I mean, it's definitely not an easy job, but the amount of creativity and hard work which you would put for like even every chair. I think that's very interesting. It's very beautiful. I think that's why that's where the aesthetics part is coming alive. Like so gorgeous. Uh, Also, one kid was also asking that. So, do you pick all the projects for Mumbai only, or India only? So, do you have any overseas projects also?
No, as of now, I'm just based in Bombay. So if you want to spread in India also, you need a different kind of team. If you want to work overseas also, you need a different team. So as of now, I'm in Bombay. Maybe if I have to, if I get something, then yeah, I'm open. I actually travel a lot. I try to source from all around India. So recently I was in Ahmedabad, I'd gone to Jodhpur. So now I'm tapping on the Indian market. Also, what's very important now is we have to source from India. India has a lot of stuff. We don't have to get it from China now any longer. So that is what I'm working on. So yeah.
Okay. Jia, you have a question?
Yes, दीदी, like आप जैसे डिजाइन करते हो, so आप अपना फर्नीचर लगाते हो और they give you and you have to design by your own?
No, not my furniture. I design as per them. All furniture is designed for them. I don't have a furniture collection, I just design for them. So I have many karigars, different. Suppose there are many, India mein there are many things. Suppose karigars, Muslim karigars are the best. So my sofa wala is a Muslim karigar. My POP wala is something else. So I have got a team who can give me what I want. So I give them a reference कि मुझे ऐसा चाहिए. Whatever I actually mix 3-4 references. ऐसा arm चाहिए, ऐसा back चाहिए, ऐसा ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए, and then we make it.
I think that's a great teamwork, which is also coming into play when you're working.
Yeah.
I think just asking you the last question, and then we can just wind up the session. Just a piece of advice which you will want to give to these girls, like some of them who want to have a career in interior designing. What is that one piece of advice which you would like to give them?
I would like to just give one advice to everyone is you have to become what you want to become. What do you really like doing? Then every day seems like fun. Like for me, I look forward to Monday. On Sunday, I'm excited for Monday. I am not scared of Monday because I love working. So I would say pick something which you like to do, not what your mother, father, friend, whoever wants to do. And don't even think this has money, this doesn't have money, this will help me survive. Think about what do you like doing, and then pick your career. And in every career, it's not only art. You have to learn many more things. It's a business, right? You want to survive out of it. So you have to become strong now. You have to understand people also. That's when, you'll be successful.
Thank you so much, Neha. I think there's a lot of aspects which you covered in today's session. On that note, I would like the girls now to please take some time and note for yourself what are the biggest takeaways from today's session. What are the things which you learned? What are the things which you remember? What are the things you are going to take with you? If you want to come off mute, you can share or you can write in the chat box. I'm waiting for responses. Any takeaways from this session? I can see Lakshmi raising her hand. Yes, Lakshmi? I'm really sorry, Lakshmi. There is some severe network lag from your side. That's okay. Sejal?
From today's class, I learned that we should be confident and we should not thought about those people who push us down. We should ignore them and move to our work and just concentrate and don't think about anyone. Just do whatever you want.
Thank you so much, Sejal. That was a great takeaway. Subhashni?
I want to say that if we have any particular goal or aim, we need to have some courage to pursue them, and we should keep on working on it until we reach that particular aim or goal.
Thank you so much, Subhashni. I think that is very important to know, especially when you are aiming for a profession. I think that is also a takeaway from me as well, that you need to be very confident in whatever you are pursuing. You need to worry about your background, which gender are you from, how many hurdles are going to be. But if you have your passion and you want to work hard, then no one can stop you from achieving what you can. On that note, thank you so much, Neha, for joining us. I think that was wonderful. I think we all learned a great many things. And yeah, I think Agas really got a great role model to guide them and to like look forward to.
Nice. That's really nice. I'm very happy to be here. This ended very soon. I didn't know how time went by.
Yeah, same.